Ladies and gents, boys and girls, welcome back to another Wyman video. We're gonna do a little something different. We're gonna give you guys a little tech tip here. And what we got on the workbench is a couple of parts that you may or may not recognize. These are the Traxxas Revo rod ends. Okay, and I picked these up at my local hobby shop. And they're about $9 for a package, and there's the part in or the part numbers for you there if you're interested. And I like to make my own links, my own rods. So like you can see here, mind the mess on the front of the Wraith. I've made these, and you know, you can go out and buy a kit or whatever and whatnot, but I like to make them. And they're not tough to do, as I'm about to show you. They're pretty simple, straightforward. So what you're going to do is you're going to get yourself a set of the Revo rod ends, these guys here. And I mean, you could get like 4 of them for, I think, $6 or whatever, or you can get the big package for $9. And the nice thing about these is they have the steel balls in them. That's another reason why I like to use these, because they have the steel balls rather than plastic balls. And as you know, the plastic balls wear out and they get sloppy and they ain't no good. So I like the steel ones. And then you get yourself a set of these guys here from RC 4-wheel drive. And these are just the all thread guys. Grub screws or whatever you want to call them. So what you're going to do with these is you're gonna make rod ends. Basically, you're gonna make links and make them whatever length that you want. And you're gonna use I like to use the K&T 4mm aluminum rod. And you can pick this up at just about any hobby shop. This is just a scrap piece that I had laying around. I don't have a full stick, unfortunately. But, you know, otherwise I'd give you a part number and all that. But I don't even have a full stick of it right now. So, basically, I'm just going to show you what you're going to do here. Is you're going to measure out your link from eyelet to eyelet. You have to make sure that you go from eyelet to eyelet. Not the length of the rod, but from eye to eye. And okay, so now what you're going to want to do when you're measuring out a link is you want to find your eyelet, okay? And so you're going to put the eyelet at 0, and then you're going to measure out to the other eyelet. Now, when you're getting ready to cut your link, you're going to want to take one of these guys that you make up right quick and stick that at your 0. And then you kind of measure them out like this and get an idea. You can do it this way. This is kind of the way I do it, quick and dirty. And actually, it's better. We'll go like this. So you go from 0 and then you measure it out, mark it, and then cut it. And that's kind of the quick and dirty way. You can do it with a set of calipers also. But you know, when I'm just getting down and dirty and just building something out right quick, that's how I'll do it. So once you have your measurement all laid out, you're gonna take one of these. You're gonna take this guy, and you're gonna start out at one end. I usually start at the end that is uncut, so you got a nice clean hole to start out with. Otherwise, if you go on a cut hole, it's a little bit tougher. But you just clean that up with a file a little bit, and then you get after it. But and these things are nicely tipped here. See how they got a nice round tip there? So they actually fit into this guy pretty good. And you can almost start them by hand. And so that's usually what I do, is I get them going just by hand, just a little bit, and get them started out. And I don't run a tap through here. there's really no reason for it. So then I just grab a little pair of vice grips and I get a good clamp on it. And then of course the old MIP drive. So I guess it helps to have the key rect size here, huh? That ain't gonna work. So let's get the correct size here. That ain't it either. Well, I guess we're doing it by hand.
So, I got quite the mess going on in the shop right now. Too many projects, too many irons in fire. There we go. So, you just get them started like this. And now that you're doing it by hand, it's going to take a little bit longer. But you get her going, you get the idea. And it's good to get it going and back it out a little bit. You can see she's cutting thread. You're just going to go in there. Get them going until it gets good and stiff. This one's actually going pretty nice. So we're just going to keep rolling with it. Yeah.
That one went really nice. Usually the end one is going to go pretty nice just because, like I said, it's got a nice round end in it. And once you cut it, you're going to have some burrs and some crud in there, some schmoo. And it's going to block you up a little bit, and it's going to be a little rougher to get the other end. But yeah, then you just thread, you know, you got a 4mm, and then your eyelet just screws right on there. And just like that, you got yourself a nice rod end that, or link, or steering link, or, you know, whatever you want. That's heavy duty. I mean, that's your 10-pound truck ain't gonna bend that. You know, I don't think I've ever even actually broke one of these, and I'm not super easy on my trucks, but you know, so these things are pretty tough. They'll handle some abuse, and then, you know, they use these rod ends on the Revo, and if any of you guys know what the Revo is, I mean, that's a good sized truck that came in nitro, 6-cell electric. I mean, the things are badass trucks, and these rod ends put up with that little truck, so these things shouldn't have a problem at all. This is actually a little overbuilt for most of the scale stuff that you're going to do. So this is just a quick little tech tip for you guys. Man, I'm just tongue-tied tonight. Yeah, tech tip for you. And you know, this whole setup right here, with this baggie here and this baggie here, and you know, 2 or 3 sticks of this stuff, I think it's $4 a stick, or $2 a stick, or I don't even remember how much this stuff is, but it's dirt cheap. And so you can build a full set of links for, you know, not even half the price of what you're going to pay for you know, stainless steel links. And you want them stainless steel, you want them all shined up and polished. This is aluminum. Take a little mothers to it, you know, rub it like you do, and there you go. You're polished, and it looks really nice. And if that's what you're into, I'm really not. So this works just fine. You can paint them, whatever, and they're great. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching part 1 of building your own links. Stay tuned, like, subscribe, and keep making cool stuff. We'll see you on the next one, where I show you how to make links out of good old standard Napa Know-How brake line and a 3mm bolt. And I'll show you how that goes. All right, thanks.